Jay Bilas joins. No, are you going to do this? Are you really going to do this?
Hey, the look seems to be working.
Are those yours?
Yeah. I wanted to go all SVP on you. You know, where isn't SVP?
Yeah.
He isn't here.
It wasn't enough that you did it on Twitter. You're gonna I got to sit here and look at this. Now I got to be face to face with it. So there it is. There's the tweet. Everybody follow him at Jay Bilas. Way too freaking good looking to be. That's true. That's true.
Hey, brother, if you were looking at this in the mirror, you would never leave the dressing room.
Accurately called. It's not enough that my squad shoots like 100% and still loses. I got to deal with this. Tell me about that 5-minute stretch at the start of the second half between Maryland and Carolina. What type of high-level hoop were you watching?
I mean, Scotty, it was big-time college basketball to watch two teams going toe-to-toe, not fouling, playing good defense without fouling, and forcing each other to make plays. And the shooting that we saw, at one point before Maryland had to launch some shots up at the end to try to get back in it the last minute and 20 seconds, the two teams were a combined 19 of 29 from three-point range. Now, if they were shooting that unguarded in warm-ups, you'd go, hey, that's good shooting.
Right.
For them to do that guarded in that ball game, and for Melo Trimble and Marcus Page, in Marcus Page's first game of the season, to play at that high a level. Now, Maryland turned the ball over at an ungodly rate. They turned it over at way too high a rate to be able to win a game on the road in this environment. But that was a high-level game by two teams that have a legit chance at the end of the year to win this thing.
Jay, when a player comes back from being away, in his absence, other players kind of develop new roles. Were you surprised to see everybody from North Carolina, including Page, click immediately as well as they did?
No, but not everybody did. I mean, Joel Berry played extraordinarily well. Both he and Marcus Page as the starting backcourt were incredibly efficient. They controlled the game. Between the two of them, I think they only turned the ball over once. They combined for 34 points in the game, 9 or 10 assists. I think it was only one turnover. They had 4 steals between them. But it was a little bit of an adjustment for Justin Jackson. So Marcus Page is back in, drawing a lot of attention. They were punching the ball inside. They played very well defensively, and Justin Jackson played very well defensively. But coming into this game, the last 3, Justin Jackson had been averaging 22 points a game over the last 3 and had been shooting close to 60%. He did not have that kind of game in this one. He didn't need to. But trying to get everybody sort of in sync, it doesn't just happen by snapping your fingers. They're going to have to continue to work at it. But you know, to put up 89 points on Maryland in this ball game for North Carolina was a good sign that a team without any lottery picks. This is not a lottery pick North Carolina team. But they've got experience, they've got talent, they've got really good guard. They've got one of the top 10 backcourts, top 10 front courts in the country, and I think they're good enough to take the whole thing. Now there are other teams that are going to be heard from. There are a lot of teams that are capable of it this year, because I wouldn't put any team, Scotty, in this year's field. I wouldn't put any team in the top 5 of last year's field. But if you're very good and you're playing really well at the end of the season, you've got a chance this year.
Jay, outside of the turnovers, which were glaring for Maryland, in their first road game against the top 10 team, what will Mark Turgeon take away from this that was positive?
That they came out in the second half with a lot more poise. I think their big guys can do a better job. They've got their big guys can play better. Now, Diamond Stone's still a freshman, and he's still on the come. Like he's a good player that's going to keep getting better. I think they've got to find a way for Jake Layman to be more of a factor. You know, he's playing the 3 spot this year. Last year he was more of a matchup problem when he was able to play the 4. And he didn't have one of his better games. He's a better player than I think he showed in this game. But, you know, with Jared Nickens is knocking down shots, Rashid Suleiman has come in and has taken his second chance and has really made the best of it. He and Melo Trimble form really one of the nation's best backcourts, and they've proven to be one of the most efficient backcourts as well.
Jay, when people say, Mr. Van Pelt, can I have a picture, I trust you'll be polite, right?
No, actually, I have been mistaken for you on occasion, and I go to the urgent care facility, the nearest one, because that is evidence that I need some medical care immediately.